Hi, it's Caddy, and today I'll be sharing my OCs for Art Fight. Yay! 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 And my pain and suffering. Yay! 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 That I've gone through while making all these. And yeah, I totally forgot about Art Fight and started preparing literally last week. And I always kept my OCs clothes-less. So naked, for most of the art I've done for them. So I decided to take this time to give them clothes and world build, which proved to be a lot more difficult than I thought. I had a full-on fashion show, which you probably will see in the time lapse, while I was drawing, looking like I was drawing like a madman. And at least I got to work on my story a lot more and kind of made it a lot more clearer. But I'll tell you guys, I'll give you guys descriptions of my characters, so here we go. Genevieve Johnson, or also known as Gaston Johnson, is a strong warrior of the human nation Valenpere. She wears her father's armor with pride and integrity, ready to face the monstrous creatures she'll face in the new world that the humans are currently colonizing, all the while hiding her true identity as a woman amongst her peers in the King's Caliber. But everything changes when she comes across one of those monstrous creatures and realizes maybe everything the King's Caliber taught her isn't as true as she thought. She soon meets the rest of her party members, out to seek peace between the New World and the humans, and due to her father's high ranking in the King's Caliber, her family lived a decent life. But it all got turned upside down after the death of her father when she was young, who was said to be murdered by one of the beasts of the New World. But Genevieve remained skeptical. Her mother fell into a deep depression, leaving her to take care of her two younger siblings by herself, not having any relatives close by. When she was of age, she joined the King's Caliber under a new name and forged documents. When designing her, I wanted her to stand out compared to the rest of her peers. In that world, they're a steampunk-inspired world, and is also inspired by New Orleans, but the rest of her peers wear copper armor mixed with some other rocks and different kinds of metals, while hers is purely steel, which is in their world a rarer, at least in their part of the world, a rarer alloy. Elliot Blackthorne is a man of a noble status, but he doesn't act the part. The Blackthorne family are known for their cutthroat attitude in any business they apply themselves in, raising their children to be proper businessmen. Elliot's parents gave birth to his older brother, Frederick, at the young age of 17, and 10 years later, Elliot came to be, purely by accident. Although the parents never wanted children, and wished to live a life away from their families, but they must continue the noble bloodline somehow. One day when Elliot was 10, his parents randomly disappeared. Everyone said they eloped and left them. Frederick said they ran away because Elliot's neediness, but the truth was they were taken and experimented on by Frederick for a sick experiment involving the creatures of the New World, which Elliot was succumbed to after Frederick chopped Elliot's arm off and replaced it with a mimic after some trial and error. Frederick made Elliot his errand boy and made him join the King's Caliber to go to the New World and retrieve more unique subjects. I accidentally made his time lapse a lot longer than the other characters, I think, but there's a lot more to him and Genevieve, which I will probably get into in future videos and more content I make, but he's just a sad guy, honestly, and he was my favorite. That's why he's my profile picture on multiple of my accounts. He loves the cello, and I made his design up on a whim one day, and he just became my favorite child for the longest time. His outfit, I wanted it to involve a shawl, because it's his way of hiding himself, and also his freaky deaky arm. So yeah, that's why I did that. Ember Keither is an ex-criminal who helped run an illegal underground fighting ring. After her ring was forcibly shut down, she joined a redemption program that had her be in the city's official hero agency/army. She is a great fighter with talents in wrestling and boxing. And just like her power, she has a bright and passionate personality who just likes a good fight. She is honestly one of my older OCs that I've had. I've had her for quite some time now, and I used to roleplay with her in some servers of mine, and I had her as a My Hero Academia OC and everything at one point. Do you guys ever just turn your OCs into OCs in other fandoms and stuff like that. Like that's what I did. Like she didn't start off as a My Hero Academia OC, but she just ended up turning into one anyways. Honestly, compared to the other characters in this specific story I have her in, she's not like super detailed in plot or like it's like detailed backstory pretty much. And in this world for her, it's like a sci-fi with superheroes and cyberpunk inspired, you know, where like the outside of the city is just a bunch of dust and sand and all that. So cyberpunk's also this is really peak, guys. Like you guys need to check it out. We're going off topic, but I wanted to make her suit, like her hero suit, resemble like a wrestler, like, but more performative ones. So yeah. I really wanted to post this video a lot sooner, but I kind of got a little busy, and I was trying to do art fight and do the references before I posted this video. But I hoped you guys liked it. I promise the next videos are probably going to be a lot more higher quality and a lot more art and little drawings of me because I'm so cool. So yeah.